EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Mayfield now on second down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action here on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke with a shake and bake. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
46.
A second down throw for Prescott. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
A first down carry by Elliott. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep. Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate what... And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott taking it in. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And the sneak works on second and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across. No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays. Don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well. Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen, because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Giant leap forward this year for Cleveland. After years and years and years of false starts, it is a huge leap forward. And not only are they on the right track now, because they've got coaching, working with administration, with the players playing well, they're not only taking a big step forward, they're still in the playoff line. Think about that for the Cleveland Browns in 2018. After the last 3 years winning a combined 4 football games. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Second down, Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long. Yeah, better against man than zone, or... Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
Hurry up, here we go. 319.
Back with Charles Davis. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Now let's go. Green.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 4-8. Got it. 86.
Prescott down. He'll rifle this one deep right. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 40 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that one needed a little time to develop because he started lined up out wide left. He caught that on the right side of the field.
And you're exactly right about the time because that's not going to be a quick developing pattern, but also great sight lines for the guy throwing the ball to see a receiver cross his face and his sight line from one side of the field to the other. That usually attracts your attention. If you think he's open, you go ahead and deliver it, as we just saw there.
Extra point up and through, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's Njoku over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
46.
Now Prescott. Past the 20. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Mayfield on first down. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Mayfield with it once more. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Let's get off the field.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Flush to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
And again, it's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank. But this game, it can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction. But he seemed to put a little too much on it. And from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 4-8.
First down, Prescott. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Patriots kept winning, then the Saints, and now, heck, maybe even the Texans or the Bears could claim that moniker.
Yeah, it's going to make for a wild month of January. And you just wonder right now, are we missing a team or two that's just a little bit outside the playoff hunt? Could they get hot and be those teams you don't want to play and carry that momentum all the way to the Super Bowl? Yes, I'm looking at the Indianapolis Colts as one of those teams.
It's a keeper with Prescott. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Prescott to throw this time. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Let's go. Let's finish now. 26. Here we go. 46. 46.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go now.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield keeps himself upright. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Elliott. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, and the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 15.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up in it. And got his man complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
No, check. Patriot. Patriot.
Mayfield now from the 50. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, you got 3 down.
From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7. And it's a fumble. That's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Going to 54. Why?
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Here you go. Hey. Here you go. Wide 8.
Now this time he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A first down throw for Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Emmanuel Agba in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Switch, hey, under. Hey, we're going right there. 26.
To throw is Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be third and 5.
Here we go. Wide angle. Check that. We're like 52 right here. Ricky.
Prescott down. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
4 down. Here we go. Wide 80. 26.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. Oh, now he bowls him over. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go, 46. Here we go.
Throwing here, Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. They'll give to Elliott. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The Cowboys on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Wide 26.
Now Prescott. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Here we go. Wide 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Now Prescott, and he rifles one incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
There we go. Wide 8. Here we go. 46. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out. 26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play that time for Cleveland. 42 yards. Mayfield on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Well, Prescott here to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Schultz. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
46. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Prescott now from the 50. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
you